Oh my god, it's been a while. Okay, guys. I'm trying to figure out what happened to my stuff. We're back to playing Once Human. They have a new, I think they have a new thing that just opened. Hi, Fatherless. Did you wanna also join in the Once Human? Are you just gonna chill? I don't have anything I need to transfer. Just chill and watch. I've been good. I was busy today. How have you been? I know it's been a while. You're on Woowa? I haven't played game in so long. I was debating between this or like a horror game. Like my Graveyard Keeper game. But my room is extra cold. I don't know how to stream anymore. I feel like I don't know how to stream anymore. Because it's been like... it's been so long. Oh my gosh. Maybe we can do like, What? Wait, what? What's this? You been alright? I kind of want to start a new one. Not gonna lie. I wanna try the other one. Should we try the new scenario? I haven't completed the other ones. No, let's go back. But I don't want to like rename myself and stuff all over again. See, that's the thing. Can I like put her in a new scenario? Or can I not? Okay, let's sign up for the new scenario. Let's go to 16. Personal sign up. They have like super anomalies. When does this go? You've been alright. How is the how's gym and stuff going? Like, did I ask you? I got nothing. I lost everything. Bro, I got nothing. Oh my god, I've got nothing. I got no tools, no nothing. I think this was the winter scenario. So now I can do winter scenario? That's weird. Wait. I ain't got a weapon or anything. Need to go. Oh, I forgot how to play this game. Snap. Snap. Snappity snap. Well, there's nothing here for me. I think I was supposed to just go talk to this guy.
Is that a projected shadow from one person? It has so much energy. Be careful. This man, even...
Ah, there you are. You're the Mayfly, right?
Yep, that's who I am.
Not just that. How did you get into the sanctuary?
Oh my god, I
All
have
paths
so
here
much
should
to
be
talk
closed
about
off.
like
I was sure of that.
my trip.
Of course, V.
It was
You're not
like a
wrong.
whole entire
They should be closed off.
oh,
This
I'll
sanctuary
wait
is
until
quite
ad
well
break is
concealed.
done.
Those from other planes, mortals, but me? Well, I'm like that lovely girl here. My name's You and I are destined. Now, will you excuse me?
I know. Yes, you're shadow projecting ads and stuff.
You didn't let me down. You're not scared by... That's right.
Yes, we
I
know,
haven't been able to find my way in here properly yet. Right now, I'm just giving you a glimpse. A tease of what I can do. But you'll see soon enough. The North will soon be under my control.
My eyeballs are like watery.
So,
Do you think we're idiots?
yes, it's a... Although if
It's
you
a
do...
trap.
I'll be waiting for you.
I'll be waiting.
So come
Ads
find
be
me
showing
up
up
in
at the
the
most
mountains of the
inconvenient times. So I'm sorry. Okay, we'll get to see the
Human
cutscene.
beings have always created.
I think we saw this cutscene before.
What do you think? That bastard must be powerful, otherwise he wouldn't have found us, let alone reached us. How much of what he said is true?
I have nothing. I have nothing, guys. I have
know it's
nothing.
Let's go talk to
That man.
Yes, we know he's bad news. He's bad news for real.
Yes. And I'm afraid he's not bluffing.
No,
That
he's
man's growing in
not.
power. Not only that, he has the vultures under his command. The future, all possible futures, could really belong to him.
Hey, calm down.
Calm down,
I know
Mitsuko.
you're afraid, but I've never seen you so panicked. It seems he really left you shaken.
Did you get out of the ads already,
That's
fatherless?
He is also a meta. The North falling into his hands thanks to his living weapons. All those who resist wiped out. I saw it. From there, things might get worse.
Ads are gone.
Covets more than one world. And this...
Yeah, my entire trip was like a whole. It was like a whole entire haunting experience.
That's why he appeared before
I shouldn't be
you.
laughing about it because it's
He's
kind of
luring you there
bad,
to
but
take you on early.
Well, at least he's honest. He didn't hide
I would
his
say
intentions besides.
if I said I
Don't
didn't
go,
see it
his
coming, I would be
victory is a sure
lying.
thing.
Because
I'm glad you're still
I knew
so
it was
optimistic, my
coming.
friend.
I knew that haunting was
watch
coming.
It will be a... Thankfully, I can sense something else. Some variables that might help, including new friends. I hope...
Alright. Let's get out of here. Where did I go last time? I think I was in... Wishland, was it? Column Outpost? I can't remember which one I was at. Definitely not there. I think it was Onyx Tundra. Oh. Ads are gone.
Angle yourself. Check for open spaces and make sure we don't land on a bunch of deviants. Huh. A safe landing. Quick, let's scan the area. Make sure it's safe here and work
What
on
is
what to do
this?
next.
What is this? I broke the game! Bruh, I swear to God, I just came back. How did I break the game? Or is this how it looks like? Huh? What is this? What is going on? I'm in the same scenario, right? Am I not? What the heck? Why does it look like this? It's so weird. Has it always looked like this? I guess I've never played that far into the world before. Where like everything just collapsed like this. This is so weird. Wait, fatherless, is this how it looks like before? I don't remember it looking like this. Did I break the game somehow? Am I like in liminal space or something? Like what the hell? I didn't break the game, right? I don't remember it looking like this. Why does it look like this? Is it because of that? I don't know what's going on. It definitely didn't look... Okay, tell me why I'm like in a space that is like this. Am I glitching? Am I like... What is going on? Did I break the game? Bruh, I just logged in. Do not tell me I broke the game. It might be because of the huge ball in the sky. Yeah, I've never seen that before. That's so weird. It's my first day. It's my first day on the server. And things are already broken. Oh my god. Maybe it is because of that. I don't know. I have nothing. I'm so weak. I'm so weak. Stardust ripple nearby? Okay, I got my Morphic crate. I got a wish box? Wait, is this new? Wait, all this is new. Oh, wow, I can fly high. No fall damage? I think this thing controls gravity. This ball in the sky. But I don't know that. Oh. I don't know if it's just a game that's like this now. Or like... Did I break it? Like, if I come back, will this still be here? I don't know. Okay, where am I supposed to go? Camp Igloo. That's where I'm supposed to go. That's so weird. I've never seen it like this before. What happens if I touch it? Oh. Oh, I got a something. I got a something. Maybe it's a new anomaly. Anomaly? Anomaly. Oh, there's another one over there. Anomaly in the sky. Anomaly in the sky. Auto take. Well, I guess whatever it is, I'm gonna go take them. Oh, I couldn't take that one. I clicked it. Can I go up high enough to get it? Nope. I'm too short. Climb the tree. Climb the tree. I can't climb the tree for it. Okay. Good to know. Okay, let's do it like that. Can I get it? Can I get it? I'm too short. No. I'm too short. I swear, the area that I always want to like build my house, it has these weird anomalies always showing up. Okay, what is this thing here? Maybe if I go to it, it'll... Oh! It propelled me a little bit. Wait, why does it look like this? I'm so confused. Why does the world look like this? I'm so confused. Why does the world look like this? Like, it doesn't tell me on the map that there's something going on there. Like, there's nothing on the map that indicates that there's like an event. Or maybe I haven't like done it yet. Like the scenarios and stuff. I don't know, maybe I'm missing something. That looks so weird. Did I enter the wrong world? Is that what I did? Like, it has no other players? I think it does. How do I tell? It says this world is safe. So, like, I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. Battle pass? Oh my god, this is so loud. New battle pass? Oh wow. Oh my god, that is Mary's clothes. I know it. Doesn't that look like Mary's clothes? Ooh, it's a katana. I have one. Nebula dice. Neon outlines. Kitty vision. Interesting. Huh. I never completed my other one. I'm still confused on what this is. I'm so confused. But whatever, it got me to the place. No, I think this place do have people. Like I see people's base and stuff. So I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. Like it's just maybe the world is collapsing in this game. Just kidding, I don't know. Oh my god. The Chaos Weaver is over there. Oh my lord. Let me down, let me down, let me down. I'm gonna die. The temperature. Let me in. Why is the Chaos Weaver over here? Like, huh? I swear I'm always like getting into bad luck whenever I get into this game. Well, just this scenario. It's always this scenario, I swear. Please come see me. Please process settle items promptly. What item? Oh, I didn't even know I got one. Hi, me. How it goes? Me, I've been doing good. How have you been? I just came back from vacation this past weekend, so it's yeah, everything was really interesting. I gotta tell you about it. But yeah, I gotta tell Chad about my hauntings. That thing in the sky kind of looks like the Traveler from Destiny. Oh yeah, yeah. Does it? I don't know. I just remember there was a deviant that was like the world or something. Oh my god, me. I literally got haunted when I went on my trip. I was like gone for like a whole week. And that's just like we experienced some very paranormal stuff. I'm always haunted, I swear. Me and my family, like, I feel like we're always haunted. Guys, tell me why. I can never. I mean, I told my sister too, like before we went. I was like, man, this place looks haunted. This girl gets haunted more than me. Oh yeah, like the whole thing was a haunting. Seriously, it was like I literally got haunted by everything. Like all the places I went to. Yeah, it was not fun. It was not fun at all. Where's my task? Snow and fire, hold tab 7B and discuss more. Tab B.
Okay. Now, want to hear my advice?
But yes, you should tell me.
Hey, this is serious.
Or tell in chat. I would love to hear your experience. Oh yeah, yeah. I will get to it. let me go put some song.
Keep an eye on your real-time body temperature.
Give me
the
a
cold
moment.
can affect your physical condition, so you can't sit still too long. And you'll need to find ways to stay warm. One of our best options is obviously building a fire. After that, you can also cook food to warm your body and make gear to ward off the cold. But first, we'll need to set up camp.
So I went to Chicago, Pennsylvania, and New York for vacation, and like we were going on vacation for my niece's graduation, and so like I didn't get haunted in Chicago, but when we did get to like I feel like I need to like build a campfire and sit down and tell stories again. I was telling Fatherless, I was like, man, you know what this calls for? This is like campfire stories. Like I swear to God, it's like campfire stories. Well, let me go look for a safe place. Get some snow and fire. What am I supposed to do? Task. Gather logs, gather gravel. I can't with this chaos weaver around this area. Oh? Okay, everything's normal again. What? Everything's normal again. Okay, I think it was just me. We have to get away from here. Cause that chaos weaver is like, yeah. I don't know. We gotta get away from there. Cause it's starting to snow. It's starting to snow. Okay, why is everything fine now? Like, the world is fine now. And I'm being crazy. Okay, you know what? Let's build a tent. Or a temporary place. Okay, we gotta make some food. Claim all this. Claim all this. Task. Gather some gravel. Oh, I can't get these rocks. Okay, let's get some gravel. But, okay. So yeah, so my experience in Chicago, there was nothing in Chicago that was
Great.
like,
Nice work.
oh god, you
Now,
scared me.
we've got enough wood and stone. All we need to do is find a small clearing and we can set up camp.
I just did. Get my pickaxe.
The camp's looking nice. I have to admit, you're always good with your hands.
Okay,
Next step,
craft a
we'll need to light a
torch.
fire in the wilderness. A torch. Once it's made, hold it tightly. It won't just light your way, but it will also raise your body temperature a little. Do you feel a little warmer thanks to the torch? Of course, that's not enough. You'll need to eat too. Some food will help warm you up. Like, for example, something spicy. When we made our landing, I saw something red growing on bushes nearby. It looked hearty and perfectly edible, so let's find it. That meal may not be high cuisine, but it's just what we
Where's
need.
my equipment?
Now, let's move on.
Sorry, I was being. Would you
Thick
mind explaining the
clothes,
story?
shoes, and
Oh,
hats will help
I
you
didn't
cope with
start
the
yet.
cold.
I was
You'll
like,
need
hold
more
on, let
material to
me
craft
find
winter gear.
a
Go
good
scavenge for them.
clearing place,
Did
and
you
then we
see any
can
abandoned buildings nearby?
talk about my haunting experiences. um, I was saying how I was in Chicago and I was in Pennsylvania. And just experiencing like hauntings, not in Chicago particularly, but in like Pennsylvania and New York. Most definitely, everything was. I felt like it was like the entire week that I was out and about. So me and my family, we traveled to Chicago on our first day. And there was nothing. Second day we were in Pennsylvania. And when we were in this Airbnb, I got like the worst feeling ever because like the house felt like it was shaking. Well, it wasn't a house, it was more like an apartment, but it was like a very, very old apartment building. And it was in like the older town in Pennsylvania. Well, we were in Philly, so it was I would say it was really old. I think the apartment complex was like built in the 1860s, if, or it was like 1850s, if I remember correctly. Cause yeah, cause like a lot of the places around the Airbnb that we were staying at, it was um like historical museums and historical monuments. Um so yeah, there was that. Um I had to say the most so like I like to like take a lot of videos when I go on, and pictures when I go to places. So this time I actually took a lot of photos of the like Airbnb and places that um we stayed at. So this Airbnb, it was like an apartment complex. It was located like right smacked in the center of, you know, very busy bar food places in Philadelphia. So me and my, and like we had little kids with us too, so it wasn't like, it was like kid friendly Airbnb or whatnot, because when we arrived it was like I think it was like 12 in the morning. It was like, or I think we got to the city at 11, and then we were trying to find Like I think it took like an hour, maybe. It was like 30 minutes to an hour to get to our Airbnb. And let me just say, like I don't know if anybody lives in Philly, but like the roads there, it's just so weird. Like we have like we were going on a highway and it was 35 and then it was 45 and then it was 50 and then it was back to 35. So it was kind of weird. It was a highway. So but I'm just gonna say I drove and um yeah, I drove at 60 the whole time. So I didn't I didn't go fully at the correct speed because I don't know, it was really confusing. But we got to our Airbnb and there was so much people out and about, and like because there was a lot of bars that was open, and we arrived on a Friday night, and so a lot of people were still out partying, and they were at the bars and they were really loud and really rowdy because people were drunk and people were just having fun. Not the kind of place that I would take my nieces and nephew because they're a lot younger. Like they're really young, they're underage, and and so it was definitely, we were definitely really sketched out even before we got into the apartment Airbnb that we rented. Hi, Long Rider. How's it going? I'm just telling my story about my awesome trip to vacation. So I was in Philly. I was like gone for like I would say almost 2 weeks. Almost 2 weeks. It was like 10 days. So I would say it's like almost 2 weeks. But yeah, so uh it was haunted. Like things was haunted. Dang, my bad. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's 10 days long. It was a 10-day long trip. Cause like we drove and like it's kind of far away. Like New York is pretty. Yeah, I got haunted. I'm not gonna lie. I got haunted. It wasn't the best. It wasn't as scary as when I went to Yellowstone. Yeah, I got haunted. So this time my mom and my dad. Doesn't sound too right. I mean, if I don't go on vacation and I don't get haunted, it's not a vacation, I guess. I'm just kidding. But yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna build like a little place here. Oh, Jesus! Right when I got out of there, I was gonna die. Okay, maybe I'll just stay at my camp or something. But yeah, so like I was already. Hi Ven, how's it going? Thank you for the 21-month subbies. I barely stream now. Like life has just been catching up with me. So I've barely been on. Thank you, Benny. How's it going? I'm telling my haunting story. Whoa, this outfit is so nice. Okay, but I'm also getting distracted. I just came back from vacation and I'm just telling you guys how vacation was, and yeah, I was so excited. Oh my god, I have so much stories to tell because my parents went with us this time to like vacation this time with us. I need a story time during. Yeah, I'm telling story time right now. We're doing like a story time. Maybe maybe I should like build a little hut for me and then sit with the campfire. or something. I don't know. But I can't leave this place yet because it's too cold. It's too cold for me to leave this base area that I have. So yeah, you're doing good. That's good, Bunny. I'm glad. And I don't know why this did not equip. But yeah, I'm waiting for the morning because it's like it's 3 a.m. in the game world. So we got to Philly, and you know, like it was just a bar scene. Like everything was like kind of hard to, like it was hard to like look for parking spots because we got like 2 big van. Well, not van, but it was like full size SUV. With like, I think I had like a 7-passenger car, and then my sister got like a 8-passenger car. So it was pretty big. It was 2 really big cars, so it was kind of hard for us to like find parking. And so I dropped my nieces and nephew off with my parents at the Airbnb, and we were trying to get into, you know, check in, because it was like 11, 12 at night. That was the time frame. It was 11 to like 1, because I remember I was so exhausted after driving so long. I was just like, I'm ready to like go to sleep. I'm ready to just be done with whatever. And I was just sitting outside. I was like, oh my god, this is giving me bad juju already. Like I don't feel good about this place, because my sister was taking really long to get in, because like into the Airbnb. She said she couldn't get the locks going because they stood out there for like a good 5 minutes just to get into the building itself. And then when they went into the building and into the floor, because we were on the 3rd floor, and we are on the 3rd floor of the apartment complex. And let me just tell you, like the elevator is like very old. Like it's very old. And I was telling my sister, I was like, if I touch this, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get lead poisoning or something. Because it was, I think it was made with copper, maybe, I don't know, but you can smell the what is it called? You know how like penny smells like? I don't know, like if they've been like sitting around, like it's oxidizing. You can smell it. It smelled like oxidized copper, basically. Um, yeah, it was like very metallic. Yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah, Russ. That's what I started. Yeah, it was like Russ. I was like, was it iron that I was smelling? I don't think it was iron. Yeah, for sure. I think it was like rust, but like it wasn't like the elevator doors. They weren't like rusty or anything like that. But what was creepy was like they had like these ancient mirrors. You know those like Victorian mirrors? It was like right by the elevator. And I was like, and then it had like a console there, like a very old console table there. And I was like, this place is giving me bad juju. But also, like, I didn't like the streets in Philly at all. Because, like, where we were at, like, the roads, maybe it was just my tires. I don't know. I don't think it was just my tires, but I was like sliding in the road, like I was like driving on black ice or something. Like my car was skidding across the freaking, I don't even know, the street. Like the street was bad. Like um it was it wasn't paved with rubber or any like, you know, like concrete or cement, anything like that. It had like the old it's like old brick roads. That's basically how I can explain it. It's like old brick roads. So we were waiting for my sister. I was still outside waiting because we were still looking for a place to go park. And like I haven't went into the Airbnb. I haven't went and looked at it. But I was already having bad experience just from the whole thing. And so My sister was taking like, I think she took like 20 minutes and they could not get in, and like they had to like contact the Airbnb person, and so there was a lot of issues. Like let me just say, there was a lot of issues. We finally found parking, and then we walked back to our Airbnb. It was like 3 blocks down. And it was like in a parking garage, like a 24-hour parking garage. Because like I said, like people are out and we couldn't park on the streets, so whatever. I was already having a bad feeling because I had to do so much work just for an Airbnb, and I was just like, I don't like I'm gonna say, I don't like Philly as much as um like at all. Like I was not a fan of Philly at all. But when we did get into the Airbnb, like I said, we had to like there was there was this console table, and there was this like Victorian, I don't know if it's Victorian, but it was like those fancy mirrors that you would see um in like those Victorian era, like it was really really big too. Like it wasn't small. um it wasn't a full body mirror, but it was right next to the elevator, so I was like creeped out. I was like really creeped out by it. I like took some videos just to make sure that there was like nothing weird or anything that was happening there, but I digress. So we went out to our Airbnb. When I got up there, like right when I opened the doors to the Airbnb apartment complex, I was like, oh, like right when I like took a few steps, I was like, oh my god, I feel so sick. Like I don't know what came over me. I don't know if I was just driving for too long um or whatnot, but like I was getting really dizzy, and um like I felt like the apartment was shaking. Like every step I took, it was shaking. Like it was weird. And like if anybody walked near me, like I felt like the floorboards were like shaking, and like they were gonna come off and we were gonna fall, and I was gonna fall into the lower unit below us, and I was like, okay, this is not stable. And I would say some of the floorboards were like you could feel it lifting up beneath the carpet because they just put carpet over it. And so I was like, I'm not feeling this Airbnb at all. I don't like it because as I'm walking through it, and let me just say, like there was uneven like footing. So um part of the house would be going downhill, and then like it's not downhill, but like uh it's not balanced. Like the room isn't like balanced. It's like it like kind of falls in a little bit, if you guys understand what I'm saying. Like the floor is at an angle. It's not straight. It's not straight. Like if I was to put like those little balancing things on it that construction workers and like builders have, yeah, that would not be it would not be it would not be in the middle of the line. I don't know what they're called. I think it's like to make sure that everything is balanced. That house was not balanced. So that house wasn't balanced at all. I was feeling sick, and I was like, okay, maybe it isn't that bad. I don't know. Whatever. I didn't care too much. I was too tired. It was like 2 in the morning before I, fell asleep. I did do like a good sweep of the house before I knocked out. But I knocked out fine. Like nothing happened to me. I was all good. And so the supports, I don't know if it's the supports. I felt like that place was not yeah, I felt like it wasn't safe. I felt like I could fall at any moment through the floor. So I guess that is support then, maybe. Um So like I didn't experience anything on our first night. I woke up because like I had to help my mom and my sister cook food in the morning. So I woke up pretty early to like help them. So like my mom started telling us stories because she was like, "Hey guys," and she was talking Emong, and like whenever somebody says, "Hey, I got something to tell you," Emong, shit happened to them. So my mom was like, she like woke up this morning. No, she like saw a mouse, and my mom is really scared of mouse. I am too. Like I'm scared of mouse. I'm scared of mouse. I'm scared of bugs. I'm scared of super dark places. Okay, like I have my fears, but my mom is especially scared of mices and mouses and stuff. And she ended up seeing one the night, like the early morning at like I think it was like when I fell asleep. She saw a mouse because she came and checked on me, and she was like telling me to go to sleep. So she told me that was when she saw the mouse. And then after that she like went to sleep, and then I was like, "Oh, was that the only thing like you needed to tell us?" Because she was like, I was like, like we all didn't see one. Like we all didn't see one. We all didn't hear any mouses or anything like that. So I was like, okay, it's just a mouse, Like we're just here for 2 days. Like there's nothing to worry about. But then my mom told us, she was like, also, did you guys wake up this morning to vacuum? And I'm like, wait, what? My mom was like, well, I heard somebody opening like curtains, and then I heard like a woman's voice, and like she started vacuuming. So like I didn't know if it was you guys or who it was. And so to get a better understanding, my mom and my dad, they were sleeping right by the living space. So the living space, the living room space, there's no curtains. Okay, there's curtains in their room because so the apartment, if you think of it as a square, my and the only windows that was you know that the apartment had were in my parents' room and in my sister and my brother-in-law's room. Like that was the only rooms, and those were if you're looking outside the building, they are the windows that are facing forward in front of the building. So there's no windows elsewhere. Those are the only windows that are in the apartment complex. And so I was just really confused how my mom can hear someone opening the curtains and then someone vacuuming, because like I didn't hear anybody vacuuming. But she was like, well, she heard someone vacuuming it this morning, and she thought it was me or my sister. Like, and she was like, okay, like I thought you guys were vacuuming, you guys were talking and like cleaning. But then my mom was like, she didn't understand why we were vacuuming that early in the morning because nobody was up. And like she woke up and she saw nobody in the living area, because so my sister and my mom, their room is right next to one another, and then the living space is in front of their rooms. So their room, the doors are like facing the living room space, and there's no hallways or anything. So it's like their room is facing the living room space, and then the kitchen is next to it, if you think of it in a square. And then there's a long hallway with the bathroom and the room I was sleeping in, and then another long hallway to the left of the living space, and that is where my nieces and nephew, they were like sharing beds, and they were sleeping in that room. And so I didn't hear anything, I didn't see anything, but my mom was like, she heard stuff. And that was like, I guess I didn't get haunted there, but my mom did. So I guess that's still like a haunting experience. So I didn't get anything besides the fact that I was getting nauseous, and I was like, I didn't like how the place was unstable, and I don't know, I it couldn't like I was what the heck? Oh no, things are weird again. So I was just like, like it can't be like I don't know if it's the place that was just unstable, and yeah, like fatherless, like you said, like the support beams weren't, good enough. But yeah, that was the only like bad juju, bad vibes that I got from the place, because I was like, man, I feel like I'm going to like fall through, but I did it, so that's a good thing. So after the second day, nothing else happened. My mom, when we did check out, my mom did she saw the mouse again, so nothing too scary about that. So we headed to New York after that, and I would say the hotel that we stayed in, it was kind of creepy. Like, I think this is where like most of the creepy things started happening. I don't know if things were like, like there's a saying in, like, how like sometimes in like Hmong stories and stuff, like it's like if you get haunted in one place, like it follows you sometimes, or things just follow you sometimes, and they latch onto you. And it's not just Hmong people or Hmong thing, but it's like wherever you go, if spirits can latch onto you, they will. So I don't know if like maybe something latched onto my niece or my nephew, but on our night, because we only spent one night in the hotel, and then we had like a 3-day Airbnb in New York. So we stayed in like Brooklyn, New York. I'm not gonna gatekeep where we stayed. So we were at a Holiday Inn in Brooklyn. It was like in northern Brooklyn, in New York, and it was a Holiday Inn, and like it was, the scary thing happened when I was about to go to sleep. So I was like, after like I was done showering and like, whatever excursion we were doing that day, I was like tired. I was like sticky because it was really hot in New York. And I was like, okay. I was listening to podcasts, and so my niece, my younger niece, who's like, I think she's like 16, and then my nephew, they were gonna sleep with us, or with me, because we had our own room, and my sister and them's room was to the right of us, and my mom and my dad, their room is to the left of us. So my dad and them, I'm gonna say the room numbers. We were on the 10th floor. So my mom and my dad was in 1005. I was in 1007, and my sister and my brother-in-law, they were in 1009. And so I got out of the shower. I was getting ready to go to sleep. I was listening to podcasts, and then I was like, to my nephew, his name is Donnie. I was like, hey Donnie, like, I kind of want to, like, I was like, guys, I want to listen to scary stories. And then my nephew Donnie, he was like, no, like, I don't want to listen to anything scary. And I was like, okay, I won't put it on. And then I did. I put scary stories to tell in the dark. I put it on, and I only put it on for like the first line of whatever line it said. So I was like, oh, And so I put it on, and he heard scary stories. To girl, you were I don't know if I was, cause like something, like I just wanted to, like I was like, you know, I just wanted to listen to something so I could go to sleep. And it was like the, you know, like the book Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. So I liked that series when I was a kid, and I was like gonna listen to it. And then my nephew Donnie, he was like, "No, Auntie, like I don't want to listen to that. If I listen to that, I'm not sleeping here." And so he was like calling his and so he called my brother-in-law, like he was calling his dad to like come get him from our room, and he was like next door because he was too scared to like go over by himself. And so I was like, okay, I'm turning it off. And then so I forgot, but my other niece, like I had 2 nieces in there and then 1 nephew. So one was on the bed, her name is Jay, and then the other one, her name is I'll call her Charity. And so Charity was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go shower," and she was like, "It's my turn to go shower. I'm gonna shower in here." And I was like, "Okay, like you can shower in here," because you know she was gonna be sleeping with my parents in the other room, and so she was in the room with us. And then I was like, "Okay, fine. I'll turn off the podcast." And then I turned it off, and then Charity was like making her way to the bathroom. And so in our room there's 2 beds, and then okay, so there's like an entrance. You enter, and then there's the 2 beds to your left, and then there's all the TV, the microwave, the storage areas is to the right. Okay, and then there's a chair to the right, and a table. And then the 2 beds are to the left, and then there's like a corner cut room, and that's for the bathroom and the shower. They're in there. So the door is facing where the door is positioned facing the 2 beds. So it's not facing the little foyer area where you enter into the room. So it's facing the bed. So my niece goes in there, and all of a sudden I see my nephew's shoes. Okay, so one of his shoes was right side up, and like it was the soles are on the bottom, and that was on the left side. Like the left side of the shoe was, the sole was like on the ground, and then the right pair of the shoe was on its side. And so right when my niece went into the bathroom, the shoes, because I was facing the shoes, I was looking at the shoes. Okay, I turned my chair and I was facing the shoes, and I looked at it, and like it moved. Okay, like it fixed itself. Like it wasn't on the side anymore. It like flipped over, and it was, the soles are now on the ground, and the shoes are facing me. And I'm like, okay, what the fuck? Like I was like, what the fuck just happened? Because I got scared, and I was like, okay, you know what? I think it was just my niece. I think it was just because my niece went into the bathroom, but she was not anywhere near the shoes at all. So I was like, okay, that doesn't make sense. Like it's not logically possible. But I could just be overthinking it and whatnot. But I couldn't help myself because I'm like a very reactive person. So whatever I see, whatever I do, sometimes I can't, like, and if it scares me, I can't lie about it. So I was like, oh my god, what the heck just happened? Like, what the fuck, you know? And my nephew got up and he was like, what? And I was like, Donnie, your shoes, it just moved. Like, it just moved out of nowhere. And at this point, he was already scared. And he was like, nope, I'm not sleeping with you guys today. Nope, I'm leaving. I'm calling my dad to come get me. And I was like, and then Jay, who was like sleeping on the bed, she was like, No, Auntie was just kidding. She's just lying. Like, there's nothing there. Like, nothing happened. And I was like, yeah. Like, nothing happened. And then he was like, I'm still leaving. And I'm like, and so I looked to her and I was like, she was like, so are you kidding? And I was like, no, I am not kidding. Like, I am not kidding. I am not kidding. I saw something and it did not sit right with me. Like, it did not sit right with me. And I saw it and I was like, you know what? That did not sit right with me. I don't know what it was. Oh my God, we got ads. Let me hold on. I'll continue after the ads. Cause I don't want like people to miss it. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna slowly build like a base. So there is like a deviant here. Okay, so let us just like build a little base so we have like a place to kind of be in before like night falls. And I'll wait until ads is over so I can continue the story. But I hope everybody's day is going well, and I'll whatever bad energy that I'm talking about, don't come over to y'all. Don't claim the bad energy. I wonder if I can build it on here. Or maybe down below. Trying to think. I mean, here's a good spot because it's like there's a clearing. And it's right by the water source. Oh! No water. Huh? What happened to all the water? Was it because of this thing? No, there should be water somewhere. Am I crazy? I think I'm crazy, guys. Are we back from the ads? Let me know if we're back from the ads. Oops. Okay, I guess we could just build like a little house here. Okay, you're back. Okay, you guys are back. Okay, perfect. Where was I at? Oh yeah, so my niece was like, oh, like, Auntie, are you lying to us? I was like, no, girl, I'm not lying. I saw that, and like, I would not lie to you guys if I saw something weird like that. Like, I would not. And so they got scared. Ah! So they got really scared and they're like, what the heck, you know? I didn't see a ghost. I just saw so I saw my nephew, his shoes was like, it moved. So one of the shoe was, you know, the soles of the shoes, because it's Crocs. So the sole of the shoes was, you know, the left side was like down, and the left side was down and the right side was on its side. And then because I thought it was because my niece went into the bathroom, that maybe that triggered it to fall or something, but it didn't make sense. Like, it just didn't make sense. And so I got scared, and I was telling my nephew that I saw his Crocs move, and then he got scared, and so he called his dad to come and get him. And his dad, mind you, his dad and my sister is in the next room, like besides us. And so I was like, okay, you know what, this is like, we need another roommate, because it was just gonna be me and Jay left. So Charity's like in the bathroom now, and she's like showering, and I was like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna convince my niece. I'm not gonna tell her what happened, because she's gonna get freaked out and she's not gonna be our roomie anymore. But would you ever? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think I can. I don't think, even if I did, I don't think it'll make a difference. And plus, like, even all these, you know, haunting things, I don't think I would ever. Like, I don't know, for some reason, me, like, I get scared, but like, you know, it's like stories that you can tell people. Like, it's like a campfire story that you can tell people. I know that's so bad, but it's like, you know, at least I can tell people about my spooky experience. And like, spooky experience, it fascinates me too. So I don't know. I'm kind of weird like that. But yeah, so that happened, and then my niece came out of the shower. We told her to be our roomie because we scared one of our roomies away. And so she was like, okay, yeah, she'll sleep with us that night. So she slept with me on my bed. And Donnie came back over, and he was like, you know, where's my headphones? Because he left his headphones there when he moved to the other room. And so he was looking for his headphones, and Jade had it, and Jade didn't want to give it to him. And so I was like, you know what? He was like, you know what? I'll come back in the morning. Bro, maybe the ghost wanted to try them pair of Crocs. Hey, they were kind of cool looking. Like, they had patterns on it. They had the little charms on it. So I don't know. Like, maybe, but it wasn't my shoes. It was Donnie's shoes. And so Donnie was like, you know, I'll just come back over here and get my headphones tomorrow when it's, you know, light outside. Because he was like, it's dark now, and he was too scared to stay in the room with us. So he left. And so it was just me and Jade, and Charity was in the shower. So she got out, and then she was like, she was in my mom in their room. She was grabbing stuff so she can, you know, move her stuff over to sleep with me and Jay. And so I was telling Jay that, okay, well, since Charity's doing that, I'm gonna go bring Donnie's headphones to him next door. And as I was like gathering stuff and I was trying to put on my shoes, right when I opened the door to the bathroom was slightly closed. It wasn't closed all the way. Okay, so there was a little crack in it. And the door, when I opened the door to go, I was gonna go out, and remember, the door is like kind of, there's like a little dent, and then the bathroom door is facing the two beds. So there's like a little corner, and then so I can still see the door to the bathroom. And so I opened the main door to go out of the room, of the hotel room, and I heard a creak, and the creak came from the bathroom door. and it like creaked open. It was like, "Meh." And I was like, what the fuck was that? I got scared. I was like, why is the door opening? Why is it creaking? There's no air in this room. Like, there's no air. There's no air. I got so freaked out. And I was like, I'm not staying here. I was telling my niece that. I was like, did you hear that? I said that to her. And she's like, hear what, auntie? And she's like, you better stop scaring me before you lose another roomie. And I was like, I'm not trying to scare you. Like something is in this room and I do not like it. And she was like, you're gonna lose a roomie. I'm not sleeping here. I'm not staying here by myself. And so she went out with me. You were trying to scare, bro. I wasn't like, I don't know, like well, Ryder, I like, there's something about me, like if I see something, and like it really scares me, like or like let's say if it was like an unexpected like scare, then I cannot contain it, because I'll be like, I'm too like that scared the heck out of me. Like that was out of nowhere. Like if it was like that, if it was like it was something serious like something, like if I saw an entity, I wouldn't be like, did you see that? You know, because like I think if I saw something like that, I don't think my nieces and nephew would be okay sleeping in the room with me anymore. They hate me. Like they hate going on trips with me. But not in a bad way, but in the way where they're like, auntie keeps scaring us and we don't want to sleep with her. But because that's what happened. Oh, sorry, Momo. What are you doing down there? She was like, I'm chilling. Okay, I'm stretching. Thank you for the stretch in the water. Casually? Bro, I don't mean to casually traumatize them. But see, the thing with me is like I'm a very like reactive person. If I see something very scary and like it's like very fast and like it's like in quick successions, yeah, I would like, I can't contain my, you know, my expression. You know, I can't lie to them and tell them that it's not there when it's there. So she like ran out of the room with me. She went to the next room where her mom and them was sleeping, and I went in there. I went to knock on the door, and I was like, Donnie, we're returning your headphones to you. And so I like leaned over because my sister was like trying to sleep, and I was like, hey, I just saw some scary shit happen next door, like in our room. And she was like, what? She was like, what? Why are you trying to, I'm trying to go to sleep. And I was like, girl, like I saw like Donnie's shoes, like it moved. And I was trying to return Donnie's headphones, and the bathroom door, it creaked open a little bit. And she was like, it's just the wind, it's just a draft. And I was like, no, you cannot tell me it's a draft. Do not say that. It is not the draft. Like we've been in that room for so long, and there was like no wind strong enough to creak the stupid door. And so you cannot tell me I was for a Bubba Ink trying to be, no, I was not being skeptical at all. Like I will tell you exactly what is there. I'll tell you exactly how I feel. And I was like, okay, you know what? Whatever. But I'm returning Donnie's headphones to you, and you guys can do, like, you know, I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm gonna try to sleep. I was like, I'm gonna try to sleep. So I went back to the room, and so I fell asleep. I was fine. Like nothing happened that night. So the next morning when I woke up, when we were getting ready, because we were gonna go down to get breakfast, because you know, Holiday Inn, they have their breakfast, they have like, you know, their morning breakfast, they serve breakfast. And So I went down there. We went and eat breakfast. After breakfast, my sister came into our room and she was like, "Hey, I got something to tell you." And I was like, "Oh, it's always that phrase." And I was just like, "Yeah, what happened?" You know, because like I felt like there was something out. I was like, she was like, you know, like I did notice this the day before, but I woke up this morning. Okay, so the beds, I'm gonna tell you guys about the beds. So the hotel beds, they're together, like, you know, 2 queen size in each room. And then on top of the bed there is a mirror. Okay, there's a mirror on each of the beds, each side of the beds. Okay, so you can look at yourself, you know, at the end, you know, you can look at yourself in the bed. Hi, Kitsu. How's it going? I'm telling scary stuff again. Because shit always be happening. Oh my goodness. How's it going, Kitsu? Also, I just came back from vacation. So now I'm like telling haunting stuff about my vacation. Yeah. But how you been? I'm doing good. I'm having a fun time telling about my haunting experience. Thank you, thank you. I think I took like, it was like a 10-day. It was a 10-day vacation. So we were staying at a Holiday Inn in New York, in Brooklyn, New York, and it was like northern Brooklyn, New York. And so that morning my sister was like, "Hey, I noticed that there was baby handprints and baby footprints on the mirror." And it was like, she was like, "It's sideways on the mirror by Donnie's bed that he was sleeping in." I was like, "What the fuck?" And I was like, "What the fuck?" And she was like, "Yeah, like I didn't see it the night before. Like I didn't see these handprints and these baby footprints the night before, but it's so weird. Like, why would, you know, there be baby footprints and handprints on that mirror?" And I was like, see, somebody was messing with Donnie's shoes, and nope, that thing happened. And I was like, nope, no way. I'm not, nope. I was like, see, I knew something was up. I knew something was up, because when I told you yesterday that Donnie's shoes was moving by itself, you didn't believe me, or like you were too tired to believe me. And you thought that, you know, it was just a draft. And I was like telling her it wasn't a draft, and, you know, maybe it was Donnie who got haunted. I don't know. Like, that was scary. That was really scary. And she was like, "Yeah, that was scary. Like, I don't know what happened." And I was like, "I don't know what happened. Like, what did your, like, I don't know, maybe a kid? I don't know. Maybe this hotel's haunted. I don't know." But that happened. And I didn't take a photo, guys. I forgot to take a photo of the handprints, because I was too scared to go over there, even though it was morning. I was like, I'm not going over there. And plus, we were like gonna check out of our hotel too, so I was like, I'm not going over there. Nope, I'm not going anywhere near that. Even though like it happened in my room too, I was like, I'm not going over there. And so I was telling Donnie, I was like, "Hey, you know, I think it was you all along." And he's like, "Why are they haunting me?" And like all this stuff. Yeah, I'm Boba the Paranormal Explorer. It was funny. But that was not the end of it. I'll tell you guys the scariest one. The scariest thing happened after we checked out of our hotel. And so we rented a Airbnb for 3 nights. So we rented an Airbnb in New York. It was like Upper Manhattan. It was like right across the street from the Bronx. So it was, let me just tell you, I heard gunshots like at night. and then police sirens afterwards. So it was a very sketchy part of town, to say the least. But I did hear a couple of gunshots when we were in that side on that side of town. But yes. Oh my gosh, mom. So, huh? That was it? Just guns? No, 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 no. That wasn't the scary part. There's more. Okay, so the Airbnb. Okay, so the Airbnb that we rented out, it has 4 floors. Keep this in mind. There is 4 floors. Okay. So before like we even like before the trip and everything, I was telling my sister, I was like, you know what? Yeah, it had 4 floors and then it had a bottom floor and then it also had a door to the rooftop. So the fourth floor would be the rooftop. So yeah. That's a big ass Airbnb. Yeah, it was a pretty nice Airbnb. But guess how we got it? Okay, like this Airbnb was not cheap. Okay, but it was the only one that was. It was like one of the many few that was available. And now, here's where I was telling my sister before we even, let me guess, cheap because it was haunted too. Okay, so the price was reduced by $1,400. That is a lot of money. Okay, that is a huge money reduction. And nobody was staying at the Airbnb, so they reduced the price of like, renting it out. Yeah, something definitely wrong with that Airbnb then. And like before we went, I was telling my sister, I was like, I don't feel too good about that Airbnb because I looked at the staircase and I was like, shoot. And I don't know if it was just like intuition or whatever, but I was telling my sister, I was like, someone's gonna chase me up those stairs. I swear to God, those stairs look so scary. I was telling my sister that because when we were looking at it, I was like, I don't like the stairs at all. Like, I don't like the stairs at all. Like, the stairs look so creepy, and it looked like one of those I don't know how to explain it. It looks like a slide. I've shown people and they're like, yeah, that looks like a slide. That looks like something you can fall down on. It doesn't look stable. I think I showed it to Fatherless and he was like, man, that does not. It looks like somebody could slip on it. And someone did. Okay, my niece, Jay, she like fell. Okay, like she slipped on it. I don't know how. And she doesn't know how because she was like, I don't know how I slipped on those stairs. Like, it didn't make sense. She didn't have socks on. It wasn't slippery. She slipped down. Like, 5 or 6 of the stairs. And, like, I saw it all happening. I was laughing. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I did laugh at her because all I saw was her head going backward and her screaming. But I did go and try to run to her rescue because I was at the top of the floor, and my sister, her mom, was at the bottom, and she was like, she didn't know why she slipped, and it was she didn't injure herself or anything. She's good, but she just like fell down 5 or 6 of the stairs going down, and there was quite a few stairs going down. There was like probably over 20, maybe 20 steps. 1, 2, 3, maybe close to 20 steps. So that should give you guys an idea of how steep or how long that stair is. I hated the stairs. That's all I gotta say, because I slept on the 3rd floor and I had to carry my luggage all the way upstairs, and it was heavy, and I was just like, I'm freaking tired of going up these stairs. I hated it. I did not like it at all. But yeah, so like before we even went to the trip, I was telling my sister, yeah. Dang, imagine counting different numbers of steps between going up and going down the stairs. Yeah, because that was one flight of stairs, and there was another flight of... There was 2 flights of stairs that I had to go to if I, like, wanted to exit the building. No, 3. Because it's ground floor. Ground floor to first floor. First floor to second floor. Second floor to third floor. How many is that? Ground floor? No? 3. Yeah, three steps. I mean, 3 3 separate stairs that I needed to go up. Dang, imagine counting numbers. Oh yeah. So there was... It was like 3 separate stairs. I mean, it was all in one corner. Was there... No, there was not an elevator. So, like, we had to, like, just go up the stairs by ourselves. It's a really old building, too. I think that building was built in the 1860s. That one was 1860s, I think. So it's a very old house. It's a very old house. There is a cellar at the bottom. And when I was doing a house tour for, like, logging purposes, there was, like, it was very airy, to say the least. Like, the house is very airy. There was, like, the basement door was, it was to the side of the wall of a, like, it was, like, to the side of a hallway, down on the ground floor. And, it was right under the staircases. And there was, like, it was, like, you know, those Conjuring... Was it The Conjuring? The Conjuring house where... Was it The Conjuring? I'm trying to remember. Where there was, like, a stairs going and they, like, clapped. That's how the stairs looked like. Going down to the cellar. And you know how, like, you know, they were, like, doing that clapping game? I don't know which Conjuring was that. Was that The Conjuring? I think it was. But to give you guys a good idea, it was sort of like that, where it was, like, inside. Let me... Okay, hold on. Now I gotta go check. Hold on. I'm gonna put the clip. Hold on. Let me go look at YouTube. I'm gonna go... I have to search this up. I'll show you guys the clap scene. Yeah, it was The Conjuring. Was it? Was it? Okay. Okay, I'll pin it here. Yeah, so, like, there was, like, a hallway, and then, like, let me pin it here. Okay, so that, you know, you guys get a better idea how the, like, the basement door, it looked like. So it was, like, right by... It's, like, right by the hallway. It's not, like, at the end of a hallway. It's just inside the stairs going up the stairs. So, trying to get a better sense where when you open the door, the stairs just go straight down and it's pitch black. And you only have one light source, and that light source is at the top of the stairs. So I'm trying to give you guys a good perception of how the stairs look like going down to the basement where the cellar is at, and stuff like that. Hi Kronos, how's it go? I'm telling scary stories now. More like I'm telling scary things that happened to me. vacation. How's your day going? I hope you're not too scared of scary stories. You're just chilling? That's good. But do you guys ever read reviews on the Airbnb? Okay, so the Airbnb reviews were all good. Like it was all good. Like everything was good, and like the workers that worked there, they were awesome. Like they were very informative. But I don't know if like they knew that there was something sketchy about it. Like I said, like, you know, 1,400 price reduction on that place is a lot. And so I told my sister, that's a lot of, reduction in price. So I told her before we booked it, I was like, that house, definitely we're gonna get haunted at. Like, for sure. For sure. We're gonna get haunted. So I gotta tell you guys how the building is like, and like the infrastructure, just so you guys have a better understanding. And I'll tell you guys what is also around the building area, like the community. So the community wise, like I said, it's like right across the street from the Bronx, New York. And you guys know there's like a lot of, like, there was like I said, there's a lot of people shooting at night. Like you can hear bullets, well, not bullets, but you can hear gunshots, and then police right after, like, and you can hear like people outside. Like on the first night we heard someone trying to hotwire a car, and I was like, thank goodness we did not park outside, because like you could tell they're hot wiring, because you can hear the engine kind of starting and whatnot. Like it made like that weird noise. And like the car wasn't like starting right away. I was too scared to look outside, so I did not look outside to make sure that people were whatever. Our cars were not parked there. They were parked in a safe and secure garage, so we didn't have to really worry about it much. You know what? I like the little thing here. But yeah. Kronos, I hope you get to work safely. But yeah, we did look at the reviews. Like, there was only good things to say about the Airbnb. So there wasn't like anything like spooky or anything that was written on the reviews. So like we wouldn't know, because that's what happened to the Airbnb that we went to when we went on our trip to Yellowstone. The same thing happened. They were like, I wonder why. Yeah, so there was nothing that whatever. Yeah, like there was nothing about spooky stuff and stuff. Thank you. We'll just lurk. Okay. Have you guys named culture yet? No. So my parents, they went with us, and like my dad, like after, like before we were gonna leave, he had to make sure he called all of our spirits back, just because that place was haunted and it was scary, and they heard stuff too. Because my sister was joking around. She was like, like my dad had to like hooply and stuff, and we had a chicken too. Like we had not a live chicken, okay? It's chicken that we brought from home, and we had to make that before we leave. And boiled chicken on the way home is the best. But yeah, my dad had to like hooply and stuff, so like before we left the place. But yeah. Yeah, boiled chicken on the way home is the best. But yeah, so I've also realized that the surrounding parts of the Airbnb, there is behind the Airbnb, there is houses, and they are very historical houses. And I even went and took pictures there, because I don't know why. Don't ask me why. I took pictures there. I did not know it was a historical place. It was like part of something. No wonder why there was no cars there. No wonder why they said no trespassing. But yeah, it was just a street. It was just like complex, like housing complexes that were kind of abandoned, or it wasn't abandoned, but I think it was part of the museum that was like right, or the park. It's a park, but there was it was a gated park, and there was a house there. So I'm thinking it's like one of those historical places. I'll have to look to give you guys names. So actually, give me a second. Let me go look at my phone. Give me a second. I'm gonna go check it out, so I can give you guys a clear picture of what I saw. Oh my goodness. Let me look for that Airbnb. Okay, give me a second. Oh, I lied. It was in New York, New York. Let me look for this really quick. So, Morris Jumel Mansion. It's a historical place. If you guys want to look at it. No, this one is in New York, New York. So right now, this is in New York, New York. So the hotel haunting was in New York. Was in Brooklyn, New York. It was in the Holiday Inn, and yep, it's haunted. So that Morris Jumel Mansion is about. It's like the Airbnb is, there's like a house to the corner of the Airbnb, next to the Airbnb, and that's the corner. And then Morris Jumel Mansion is right next to it. You know, right across the street from it. Yep, it's haunted. Yeah, so if you guys go look at that, it'll give you guys a better understanding of where I was located. And yeah, the Airbnb was really nice. I would say it was a lot nicer and well structured. It was very well structured, more than the one in Pennsylvania. The one in Pennsylvania, maybe it's the whole land. I'm thinking it is the whole land. I think it is in the like older parts of New York. I don't know. Like it was very creepy. But yeah, it was super creepy to the point that yes, my dad and them had to hoop leave for us before we left. So so that's the environment that was around the Airbnb. So everything is very historical too. So like there's a historical museum, definitely. That's good that he did. Yeah. So inside the house, when you go in, there's like a little thing that it's kind of want to say it's like a there's like a stairs going up to like a main door, but we don't have access to that door. So the door that we access is like it's gated and it's right under the staircase. outside in the front, and there's like a entrance below the stairs. And so that's the entrance that we go through. And I call that the ground floor because it's on the ground. And when you enter, there's like a place where you can put like all your shoes and stuff. And then you to the right of the have you watched Dead Files? It's a pretty good show. They do historical investigation of deaths on the land while the psychic investigate the house. Then at the end of the investigation, they tell the homeowners, and sometimes she draws what she sees, and it's so scary. Ooh, maybe I should watch that. I'm very fascinated by creepy things. That's a good suggestion. So I might look into it. I was listening to 401 cases. But we'll get to those stories on a later time. Yeah. Because I also heard about the 411 cases. You know, like people go missing at national parks. Since I love going to national parks, I might as well, watch the worst about it as well. But yeah. So this Airbnb, so the staircase, the ground floor stairs to the first floor is located on the right, and then there's just this really long hallway that goes straight to a room at the end. And the room straight to the end, is it's basically, hold on, give me a second. I don't know why she's smiling like that. It's basically the living space in the basement. Well, on the ground floor. So if you go, there's like a place where you can put the shoes, and then to the left there's a room, and that's where my mom and my dad slept. And then if you go down a little further, halfway in between, there's a bathroom, and then there's the laundry room. And then down the hall, if you go further all the way to the end, that's where the ground level living space is at. And then to the side, on that long hallway to the right, there's a storage room, and then there's the door to the basement cellar room. And I did not want to look in there. I did go in it with three or four other people. So like two of my nieces, no, one of my niece, no, two of my nieces, and then one of my nephew, and then their dad. We all went down to look whatever was down there. And yes, I had to go look. Yes, I did go look on the last day though. But yeah, and then so that's the ground floor. First floor, when you go up the stairs, when you go up the stairs, when you get to the top of the stairs on the first floor, to your right is the kitchen. So there's this big kitchen area, and then to your left and in front of you, all you see is just a hallway. It looks like a hallway, and all the way down to the end of the left is it's just a long hallway, and you can see the foyer for supposedly the main door. And then to the right of that is the living room area. So living room area is connected to the dining area, and then dining area is connected to the kitchen. So there's like a looped around. And then all the way to the left, down the other end, where like there's like a fake door there, that's where the staircase going upward to the second floor is at. So I'm trying to give you guys a better understanding of the layout of the Airbnb, the house. And then if you go upstairs to your right, you'll see a bed. So there's a room there. So there's two rooms only on the second floor, and then there's just a long staircase, long hallway, long staircase. So to the right is Donnie and Jay's room, and there's a walk-in closet. The room is really big. There's like a walk-in closet, and then connected to the walk-in closet, there's a bathroom. There's a bathroom there. There's a bathroom and a shower there. And I think they used to like rent out these spaces to people also. So I'm not sure if that's also the reason why like we were experiencing whatever we were experiencing too. But I don't know. Like I don't know if that's like I don't know exactly if that's the reason why. So there's that. And then on the far end of the hallway, there's the room for Charity and my other niece Harmony. So they were just sleeping there. It's very spacious. It has its own little walk-in closet and a bathroom as well. So, and then their room is by the steps going upward to the third floor. Third floor is where I slept. Okay? So if you go upstairs to top of the floor, on one side of the staircase, my sister and my brother-in-law's room is on the right side. I'm glad to hear you guys are safe for your trip. I'm gonna comp on Valor before I head to sleep, but I'll be lurking. Thank you for telling us your scary experience. Okay, May, have a good comp game. Thank you for sticking around. I hope you do well in Valor. Where is I at? Oh, so me and my little niece, my little niece, her name is Ella. Me and her bed is like all the way towards the end, and on the left side of the hallway is where the front entrance of um the the building is, and then on the right side is the back end basically. So just keep that in mind. So my sister's room, they have a walk-in closet, and then we both have a connecting bathroom together. And so in my room, in these rooms, there's like a fireplace, and then there's a mirror for like a full size mirror, or like a full body mirror. So in my room, there was a fireplace, and on top of the fireplace, there's a mirror, and this mirror was cracked. When I went in, I was like, oh my god, I have bad feeling already. Like, why is there a cracked mirror in my room? I do not feel good about it. Like, I was already like, I'm not feeling good about it. And then there's a full-size mirror facing the bed. And I was like, I hate this mirror. I do not like it. Whatever. Nothing eventful happened on the first day, because we were just settling in. And I was scaring the kids a little bit, so I think that blame is put on me, because like usually there's a saying where like you don't play hide and seek, you don't scare people late at night, because other entities and things might want to join. So I was doing that, and I admit, yes, that was my fault. Like, I shouldn't have been doing that. And so the kids, like, they started scaring each other, and they started playing around and screaming and stuff upstairs. And then I went downstairs to cook dinner for how my sister and my mom cooked dinner for the evening. And so all that was good. Like, cooked dinner and whatever, and then we headed to sleep because we had a long day too. So like I told you guys, in the middle of the night, like, I heard like a couple gunshots go off. Dang. Sorry, I'm trying to tell you guys how like the house is like, so the next few things that I tell you guys can better you guys can have a better understanding of whatever happened. So I heard a couple gunshots, and like I was like, okay, whatever. Like, and then I heard someone hot wiring the car outside, and I was like, okay, good. It's a good thing we did not park in the front, because like, we don't know who's like trying to steal vehicles and stuff out here. And there's a lot of we heard like, I think I heard 2 gunshots before I knocked out. And then we heard police. Like, I saw police outside before like I was gonna go to sleep. And then we also in the middle of the night, we heard police sirens throughout the night. So just to give you guys a better idea of the noises happening. Okay, and then yeah, so nothing eventful happened to me that night. Like that night I didn't experience anything scary or anything like that, but things started getting scary the next morning. So the morning I woke up, my sister was up. I think we woke up around 7. I woke up around 7:30. I think she woke up before me though. She woke up way before me. And so I went downstairs. The kids at this point, they were not up. And so I was helping my mom and them, you know, cook meals and get ready for the day. And then my sister, my older sister, she came to me and she was like, hey, did you hear anything yesterday night? I was like, yeah, I heard gunshots. That's all I heard. And she was like, oh, did you hear anything downstairs? And I was like, no, was I supposed to? And she was like, I had to tell you something. And I was like, okay, well, why do I have a bad feeling about this? And she was like, you know, I have to tell you something scary, but you cannot tell my kids. You can't tell anyone, like any of the younger kids about it. I was like, okay. And so she was like, so this morning, you know, this morning mom told me that she heard someone in the kitchen. And I was like, what? Hi Tiny, I'm retelling the story that I told you. How's it go? Amao. Yeah, that struggle. Yes. Yeah. Tiny knows what I went through. I told her the whole thing. So my mom was like, so my sister was telling me, she was like, oh, so you know how like mom and them, their room is in the first floor or like on the ground floor? And I was like, yeah, I know that their room is on the ground floor. And then she was like, bro, I'm gonna change this to just chatting because literally I'm just chatting now. I'm all once human, but I'm still just yapping away. I'm gonna call it spooky shit. When you started telling me last night, it got cold. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Tiny. But yeah, so our AC has been on and I did not feel the AC air at all. I'm sorry. For real, my bed be cold as fuck too. Oh goodness. So like my mom and my dad was like, they heard. Then once you started telling me, I felt cold air blowing at me. Oh my god, I gotta tell. Wait, Tiny, I didn't tell you the full thing. I didn't tell you the other things. Because you know, like, how your phone was dying and then I just told you quickly and I forgot to tell you all the other details. I'm so sorry. But I'll tell all the details here. Yeah, I'll tell it on stream. Because it's scary on stream. But I'll also include it in a podcast episode as well when that goes out. But so my mom was like, so my sister was like, yeah, mom said she heard someone this morning. And when she woke up, like there was nobody there. And I was like, huh? Wait, can you like tell me in details? And she was like, how about you go ask mom and she'll tell it to you. And I was like, okay. So I went downstairs and went to my mom and I was like, Mom, what happened this morning? And she was like, okay, so like it was probably like 5 or 6 in the morning. No, Yeah, it was like somewhere around there. But I think my sister, she heard it at 4, and my mom, she thought like it was like around 5 or 6 in the morning, or maybe before that too. I think it was also 4 for my mom. Like she was like 4 or 5, and she was like, "Wait, that's way too early." And my mom heard someone messing around with the dishes, and the dishes was like the dishes that night were in the dishwasher. So we put the dishes in the dishwasher that night so it can cycle through and it can clean for the next day. And so my mom said she heard someone taking out the dishes from the cycle, and then she heard someone like, you know, basically like I would say walking around making noises upstairs, and like she thought that it was, you know, my older sister waking up that early to go cook, you know, to go cook breakfast. And so my mom was like, "Oh my god, like it's so early. Like why are they up so early?" And then my dad also heard what she heard, and she was like, so my dad was like, you know, go and check it, because what if your daughter already woke up? Like, you know, go help your daughter cook breakfast. And then so my mom was like, okay. And so my mom and my dad both got up, and then my mom went up the stairs, and we turned off all the lights. Like we turned off all the lights, and then she was like, she got at the top of the stairs, and it was pitch black, and there was nobody in the kitchen. Because remember, the kitchen is right above my mom, right above the stairs from the ground level to the first floor. So the kitchen, so my mom and them heard someone fumbling with the dishes. So where did they go? Okay, where did they go? Nobody was there. And so just to tell you guys, the kitchen is to the right of the stairs, on the top of the stairs. And like my mom said, she got up there and she got creeped out because the lights were all turned off and there was nobody there. I'm getting goosebumps again. Oh my god. But yeah, we got an ad in like 2 minutes, so I just want to let you guys know we do have an ad in like 3 minutes. 2 minutes now. 2 minutes, sorry. And so my mom, then she like just got up and she just started, you know, putting stuff away, and she started cooking. And my dad shortly followed up after her. My dad was like, huh, and where's your daughter? You know, like where's my sister? And then my mom was like, nobody was up here. Nobody was up here. When I came up here, it was pitch black, and like I had to turn on the lights, and like, you know, there was nobody, you know, touching anything. Everything is where it's at. And when she told me that, I was like, that's freaking weird. Like I got goosebumps. And I was like, only one kind of type of ghost that does that kind of stuff. And I was like, in the back of my head, I was like, ooh, I think we have a mimic with us, you know, because it's like nothing was moved. It was just the sound. They just heard the sound. Now, from my sister and my brother-in-law's perspective, okay, I was knocked out really good. I did not hear anything. Okay, and I woke up later than they did. My sister woke up at 4 in the morning, and she heard like somebody was touching the dishes too. So she also heard the same thing that my mom heard downstairs in the kitchen. And it's almost an ad break. So I'm gonna wait so that people can go through the ad, and I'll continue the story of my sister and my brother-in-law, their POV, or like what they heard. But I'm gonna run out and grab some wood here. But yeah, like the whole experience, like it was It was very creepy when my mom was telling me, and she was like, my mom was telling me like that she never experienced something like that before, where like she went to like someone's house and like she heard those kind of stuff. Like never had my parents ever, you know, experienced that before, and that was like their first time. And like, you know, we tell them stuff like, you know, they would be like, oh, you know, it's just whatever, it's all in your head, you know, so that we don't get scared, because that's what parents do, you know. They don't tell you exactly what the heck is going on until like later, or until you like you tell them. But we're on an ad break, so yeah, while we're on an ad break, I'm gonna try to make infrastructure and stuff. Let's see here. Do that, and then we'll also do furnace. And my pneumatics. I need to level up one more time. But since I'm here, let's do some facility pneumatics and stuff. Some facility builds. I still like. Okay, we have storage stuff. We do not have. Let's see here. I don't think I have stuff for roofing structure. Wait, how do I change this? Oops. Oops. Okay, I think that's a pretty good. Okay, we close ourselves into this space. Are you guys back from ad break? Okay, so let me see here. I need a copper ingot. Need some charcoal. Oh. Do. Are you guys back from? You guys back from whatever? Odd break. Okay. Let me make a production thing so we can literally... Oh, I can't make it yet. Okay, whatever. I'm waiting for my 5 copper so we can actually have a sit-down place. We can have a nice place to sit down and just chill and talk. I don't know if that does anything to the house. I don't think it like keeps us warm or anything. Okay, I feel like we're always in a campfire setting. Okay, so back to the story. So my sister was saying how she heard somebody also fumbling with the dishes in the morning. So she heard whatever my mom heard, but she didn't get up to come and check yet. You know, she was thinking that, oh, maybe my mom got up and my mom was fumbling with the dishes or something. But at that time when she heard it, my mom hadn't went up the stairs yet, and she hadn't like, you know, checked who was in the kitchen. And then my brother-in-law, he said he heard the same thing. Well, he said he didn't hear the dishes. Like he was like he didn't hear the dishes, but what he did hear was somebody trying to turn on the gas stove, and it was going, you know, like someone was trying to like turn it on. Because for gas stove, you know, there's that, you know, like it has to flint, and then the gas has to come through, and the flame has to, you know, in order for you to get the flame, the flint has to go off. And so that's what he heard, and I was like, okay, that's weird. Like I didn't hear anything besides the shooting before I like went to sleep. And so I was like, okay, whatever, that's creepy. Like that's very creepy. And so we went, you know, I didn't tell my nieces or nephew. We went on an excursion for the day. We went exploring, and we came back, and like we came back around 4 p.m. And so my mom and them, they were doing laundry in the basement, and then we cooked. I think we made food. We made food, and then we ate, we cleaned up, and then it was like probably roughly 7 or so was dinner time. And then so I just went to reheat food, and then I talked with my mom and them and whatnot. And then my mom was cleaning, so we had dinner, and then like the kids were upstairs, they were still screaming and stuff, and after dinner they were in their beds. So all the kids were in their beds, and now they have kind of like settled down. And so Jaden Donnie was in their room, and I think about this time it was like 9, maybe like 8 or 9 already. And I was helping my mom do dishes. We were putting stuff away, and So my mom was like, okay, if you go upstairs, you know, turn off the lights. And I was like, okay. So she went downstairs. I turned off the light and like I went up the stairs and I felt like someone was watching me. Like I felt like someone was watching me. I felt like someone, like it was like very creepy. Like I started getting goosebumps out of nowhere. And by now I was at the bottom of the stair, from the first floor going up to the second floor where Donnie and Jade's room was at. And so I went up the stairs, and right when I got to the top of the stairs, somebody called my name. And it sounded like a combination of my mom's voice with Donnie's voice. And then they were like, pow, really fast. And I turned around. I got goosebumps. Like, I literally got goosebumps. And then I was like, what the fuck was that? Like, I was like, huh? I was like, Mom? And then I looked down, and the light from the ground floor was still turned on. And my mom was not in the kitchen anymore. I knew she was not in the kitchen anymore. She already went all the way down to the ground floor. And by this time, I was already on the second floor. But that voice sounded very close, like it was on the first floor. And it was really weird because it was a mixture of my mom's voice and Donnie's voice together saying that. And it was very eerie. It was very eerie. I had goosebumps and I was like, why is this so eerie? Like, I don't understand. Like, I just realized like this has like game setting sound. Like it has music now. I'll just let it play softly in the background. But yeah, it was really weird. Let me actually put on some okay, I'm gonna put some ambiance in the background for me, and maybe you guys too, if I can find it. Spotify, some ambiance. Okay. So like whatever was there, like it said my name, and then I was like, okay, like that's so weird. Like, why did it just like say my name out of nowhere? And like it gave me the creeps. Like I was like, okay, that's so weird. Like, why did it say my name? And then I went upstairs where Donnie was at. I was like, Donnie, did you say my name? And at this time he was on his phone and he was scrolling through reels and stuff. And he was like, huh? I was like, did you call my name? And he was like, no, I didn't call your name. And I was like, oh, okay. And I was just like, okay, I dropped it. And I was like, okay. He was like, why? And I was like, oh, I think I just heard something. I thought you said something. I thought you said my name. And he was like, no, I didn't. So I didn't tell him that. It sounded like it was coming from downstairs, because that's what it sounded like. It didn't sound like it was to the room that him and Jade was sleeping in. And so he was like, yeah, no, I didn't call your name. And I was like, okay, well, make sure you guys go to sleep. And then I just left it there. And so I went upstairs, and like at this point I was getting goosebumps as I was going up the stairs. And you guys remember how I was like, damn, I'm gonna get chased up these stairs. And I was like, oh my god, like that image of me getting fucking chased up the stairs, I cannot, like I couldn't. And so I was like, okay, whatever, like, you know, that's creepy, that's, you know, like whatever, that was so weird. And then I was gonna go to sleep, but then my friend called me. A floating egg is good, or was it a sunk egg? I think a floating egg is, I don't know. It says if they sink in water, they are still fresh. Did you hear that, Tiny? If it sinks in water, it is still fresh. If it floats, I think that's when it's bad. But yeah, so like I was talking to a friend of mine that night, and like I didn't tell her what happened to. I was just talking to her, and it was late into the morning of like 1 a.m. And I was like, I'm freaking tired. I'm trying to go to sleep. And so she was like, oh yeah, like you're on vacation. I'll let you go to sleep. And so I went to sleep. Well, I didn't go to sleep right away. I was on TikTok sending people reels and stuff, and then I was gonna knock out. But this is where I heard the kitchen, what was coming down from the kitchen. I heard the from the gas stove. I was like, what the fuck? You know, I was like, who is down there? And then I remember what my mom and my sister and them, they heard from the kitchen. And I was like, okay, you know what? I'm not gonna go downstairs. I'm not gonna go check it out. I'm too scared to go downstairs to check it out. Like, that's just creepy. How like that was like, you know, coming out of nowhere. And so I went to sleep. I just fell asleep, and then I left it at that. Holy shit, and this thing scared the heck out of me. I think it's this. No. Let me how do I do this? Yeah, I'm sorry. But do you know how to scare ghosts away? Fry up a bunch of mung peppers and oil in your house. Yes, I do. But I don't know, like we didn't bring anything with us. Like we didn't bring any pepper or anything with us. So like we didn't have that at all. I'm sorry, Tiny. Yeah, that scared me too. But yeah. I don't know. Like we didn't have any of that because I was telling my mom we were going through the Appalachian Mountains, or like the, you know, part of the forest. Shit, even me, I ran out of my own house because fried pepper smell too was too strong. Yeah, I do that too. But yeah, I don't know, like we didn't prepare anything. I said I was gonna bring sage, you know, but I totally forgot because we were going through the Appalachian parts of the Appalachian Mountains, and I don't know, for some reason every time I go through that area I get really 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 bad headaches just going, like driving through it. And that's like the whole time that I'm driving through it, and it's like in Pennsylvania. That's where most of the forest is at. Like so a part of it is there. But so that happened on the second night, and I heard that, and I was like, okay, I heard some stuff. But even before that, like I've also, so I forgot to mention that the light in this house, it flickers. And it doesn't flicker in a way where like the light bulb is gonna go out. It flickers, I don't know, because due to maybe wiring or something else, I don't know. Like the lights would be good for like a good 2-3 hours, and then it'll like flicker. Like one of the light bulbs would flicker, and like it would be so weird because it happened on the first night, and I was like, okay, that's weird. Nobody was upstairs with me, and it started doing that, and I was like, okay, like I'm already getting bad vibes from this place. Like you don't need to tell me that there's other stuff happening, you know. And so last night, so my dad was telling me how like he was very scared of, because like the TV is downstairs on the ground floor where his room is at. Because that's the only that's like one of the living spaces, and there's like a walk out to the backyard area, like a small little backyard. And he said he had to like prop the door open because he was too scared to shut it and be in that room by himself. Like if my dad is scared, like, you know, shit is like scary. If my parents are scared and if they're having bad vibes about the house, like of course, you know that it's bad. So on the last night, I think this night was probably the scariest for me. And I think it just started escalating. I think the longer if we were to stay longer, I think a lot more stuff would have happened. Okay, but this last night was like the scariest night ever. So what is it? So, oh, I forgot to tell you guys what my sister experienced. So, I think it was like the second night, my sister was telling me how like she was, after she was done showering, and she was sitting in her room, and she was by the wall where the door to the room is entered from, and she was blow drying her hair, and her youngest kid was like, my youngest nephew was sitting on the bed, and she was blow drying her hair, and somebody kept saying her name, her mom name, over and over again, and it was like very soft, and it was, so she thought it was the dryer, so she stopped it, and like there was nothing, and then she like blow dried it again, and then it said her name again, like a couple times when she was blow drying her hair. And she was like, okay, I'm too freaked out. So she moved position. She like watched the door, and then her son was behind her, and my brother-in-law was sleeping on the bed. And so as she was drying her hair, the whatever was calling her name, it stopped. And like my sister was like, she was trying to tell my brother-in-law, but for some reason he could not hear her when she was like trying to say his name. And so I don't know if like, you know, when scary stuff happen like that, you know how like they like put you in a trance and they tune one person out, so it was kind of like that. And my sister told me that, and I was like, oh, what the fuck. Like I heard someone say my name by the stairs, and she was like, what? And I was like, yeah, like I heard someone say my name, and it was like a mixture of my mom's voice and my nephew's voice together. And then she was like, that's so creepy. And I was like, yeah, like, and nobody was downstairs, and you know, Donnie wasn't, he didn't even say my name because he was watching reels. And so my sister was like, why is that so creepy? And I was like, I don't know, like that's what I experienced. So on the last night, I was trying to go to sleep early because I had to drive back the full 16 hours. Um, and it was like 16, maybe 18 hours. And I was like very tired. Like I was trying to drive back home, and I was trying to sleep early so I can get enough sleep in. So I didn't have to worry about, sleeping. And so, um, like I couldn't sleep at all. Like I felt like something was keeping me up, and I was really tired, guys. Like I was really tired. I was trying to catch up on sleep, and just I just couldn't fall asleep. I would sleep. I would close my eyes. I'll try to sleep. I'll kind of drift off, but then I felt like I heard everything around me, so I couldn't really rest. And so that happened a couple times. And then I think it was like, and I tried ever since 7 p.m. And then 9 o'clock came. And 9 o'clock came, and my sister told everybody, all her kids, to go to sleep. So everybody was in their rooms, and nobody was up. The only person that was up and was like probably walking around was my mom, and it was downstairs by the kitchen on the first floor. But like I heard the weirdest thing ever. So the stairs going up to the rooftop was right by our door, and I heard someone coming down the stairs. Like you can hear the stairs, like the floors are all hardwood floors, so you can hear the creaking. And I heard someone taking steps down. Like, like it sounded like someone was walking down those steps, because you can hear the wood creaking. And then it stopped at my door, and then it continued walking down the hall. And I was like, nobody's up here. Like nobody's up here. So who is that? You know? Like who's walking around up here? And like I was like, okay, whatever. I'm just probably overthinking it. I need to go to sleep. And so I tried to close my eyes again. I tried to go back to sleep. And the same thing happened. I heard someone walking down the stairs, and it started creaking again. And I was like, okay, I'm tired of this. Like, I think that was like around 9. And then like, it was like 9:50ish. And I was like, okay, whatever. Cause I was hearing stuff from the kitchen too. Cause I think my mom was pulling the chairs and putting stuff away, and she was like folding clothes and doing laundry. And so I went back downstairs, and I went all the way to the kitchen, because at that time I didn't know that my mom was still up. I thought everybody slept, but I saw the kitchen light was still on. And so I went all the way downstairs, and I saw my mom there. My mom was still folding the clothes, and she was like, what are you doing up? And I was like, oh, I couldn't sleep, so I need water. I didn't tell her that I couldn't sleep because I was hearing people walk upstairs. Like, I didn't tell her that. I told her that, I really needed water because I was thirsty. So I grabbed a bottle of water, went back upstairs, turned off the lights. And like, every time I went up the stairs, I felt like someone was creeping up behind me. And I felt like someone was behind me. And so I would wait until I get to the top of the stairs to turn off the lights. But again, it's still like you can hear the floors creaking. And so I got upstairs, got into my room, turned off all the lights, and then I, drank some water, and I tried to go to sleep. And I still could not sleep. And I was like, okay, I cannot sleep at all. Like, what the heck is going on? And then people were like, they were shooting some fireworks outside. And I was like, okay, they're shooting fireworks outside. And I was like, okay, whatever. And then after they were done, it was quiet. And then I heard 3 voices outside. Now, it was really creepy because one sounded like my niece who was sleeping next to me. And then the other one sounded like the youngest nephew who was sleeping with my sister. And then the third voice sounded like my brother-in-law's voice of an older man. And all I heard outside was one of so the boy, my youngest nephew, his voice was saying Jay's Hmong name, and it was like Jay, 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 and but it was in Hmong, her Hmong name, and so but it was saying Jay, Jay, like, but it was her Hmong name, not, but it was that person, and so, oh, hi, fatherless, thank you for the water. Do I sound like I need water? I guess I sound like I need water or something. Oh my god. Boba gotta be one of those K-pop demon slayers. What? What the heck are you talking about? Wait, are you talking about the new the I saw bits and pieces of it. I the ones that they do singing and stuff. It's like animated. Is that what you're talking about, Fatherless? But yeah, so one of them were like one of the kids, they were like saying, okay, so it is that one that I was thinking about. It's animated, right? Mm. But yeah, so they were calling Jade's name, but in Hmong, and so it was really creepy because, you know, if they were like, it sounded like they were just standing out there and they weren't like moving, like they were just standing out there. Because you know how like when people talk, you can hear the voices moving, and if it's moving in a direction, it'll go in that kind of direction. But these people were not passing by; they were literally just sitting out there talking. And then after that, then you can hear the girl's voice, Ella's voice, and she would be saying stuff. I couldn't make out the words. I could not make out the words, but it was her voice. And then you can hear my brother-in-law's voice, and he was talking, and I couldn't make out the words. Like I couldn't make out anything, and they were just talking to each other. Like he was talking to the kids. And I was like, that is so weird. Like what the heck, you know? Now the scary part is my mom and my dad's room is on the ground floor. So it's right outside where I heard the voices. Like my mom's room, you know, they're on the ground level, so they can hear whatever conversation is up there. And my mom said she heard like a kid's voice, and then she heard a man's voice. And she said she couldn't understand what they were saying because like it sounded like gibberish, and she knows a little bit of English, so it's not like she didn't understand English. So she was like, yeah, they were just outside talking, and they were just talking there for a while. And so more fireworks went off, and then it went silent again. And I was like, okay, maybe those people left. But no, their voices came back, and like they started talking again. And at this point, I was getting creeped out because I was like, why do these voices sound like my, you know, my niece and my nephew and my brother-in-law's voice? Like it's so creepy. Like it was very creepy. And and then after that, like after I was like, it's very creepy, I heard someone walking from the wall next to me. And you can hear them slowly walking towards me. Because, like I said, the wood, the floor is all wood. And you can hear the creaking. And it sounds like somebody was slowly walking, like with socks on, towards me. because I can still hear the floorboards creaking as they're taking a step. And I felt like they were on the right, to the right of me, because I was sleeping by the wall where there's a full-size mirror there. And it felt like they were coming out from the wall and then walking towards me. And I got really creeped out. And then I was like, okay, whatever it is, like, whatever happened, like, I'm just gonna leave it happen. And then I started hearing these kind of like voices in my head. It was kind of creepy. My voice, but not my voice. My voice, but not my voice. It's really hard to explain. I guess it's really hard to explain. I'm not schizo. Okay, I'm not schizo. Okay, I've never heard those voices before. But it was, like, I don't know. It sounded like I was like saying that someone please come and protect me, whatever this is. Like, I don't want to deal with it and stuff. And what the heck? Guys, my stream just literally, okay, I guess I can't talk about that. But my stream just literally kind of like slowly lagged there for a second. But yeah. So like I think, yeah, I was saying something to like, whatever is there, leave me alone. You know, don't come bother me. And yeah, and then right after I said that, I fell asleep. And then I woke up at like 3 in the morning because 3 or 4 in the morning, because we were about to leave at 5. Like we were gonna head back home at 5. And so yeah, that's what happened. That's my haunting trip. It's very scary. I don't know. I just felt like there was like eyes on me the whole time I was in that house. And like I told you guys, like that house, like around the neighborhood, there was, you know, like a very historical buildings. Like the historical building was there, and like the historical there was like a street where, you know, it was all historical building. You couldn't trespass on it. So it was pretty scary, to say the least. Was it the scariest experience? No, I would say no. I think the experience, I think what I've experienced in Yellowstone Airbnb house, I think that house was scarier. But I'm not gonna say this one wasn't scary. This one was scary. Like, you know, things did happen that I've never experienced before. Like a mimic, like, just think about it. Like, it mimics other people's voices, like your loved ones' voices. That's scary. Like, that's scary. And like that happened quite often when we were there, because my sister said she would hear that. And then my nieces and nephew, they came and told me that they heard Bishop heard Momo's bells and started looking around for her. Aww, that's so cute. But yeah, like, I don't know, what do you guys think? Like, if you guys were in an Airbnb, stuck in an Airbnb with a mimic like that, what would you guys do? I mean, I stayed the whole I stayed the whole entire stay that, you know, like there the whole time, because it was gonna be really hard for us to leave the place because we paid for it. And like it would be really hard for us to look for like a hotel last minute. So it wasn't like we could leave But my sister did say if shit starts happening and, you know, more things started happening, then we would have left. But, like, we would have head home way earlier than anticipated. Because she was like, she wasn't going to stay at a place that's haunted for that long. But, I don't know. What do you guys think? What would you guys do if, you know, if y'all had to, like, experience that? But yeah. Back to Once Human for a little bit. I feel like I yapped too long. Like, I feel like that was just a whole yap sesh. But, you know. Have you guys ever stayed at a haunted Airbnb? Or, like, you know, been haunted before at a house? Do 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 do. Alright. I don't wanna. Tiny, you don't wanna what? You don't wanna stay in a haunted place? We go listen to happy music. Boba, you attract supernatural. Honestly, I think so. Like I would agree with you. Like I would agree that I do kind of attract like spooky stuff. Like I'm not gonna lie. I don't know why. Like I don't know why it happens. It just does. But I got a story to tell you guys. I got a spooky story to tell you guys. I experienced it through you already. I'm sorry, Tiny. So like so Tiny she experienced things right when I tell her stories and stuff. Way too detailed. Like then she like gets bad dreams and stuff. So like I don't know. She like gets pretty scary things. As well. So I try not to tell Tiny too many things. But she's always stuck listening to me tell everything and every experience. So yeah. But I do got a story to tell you guys because I got some pretty cool stories because my mom and my dad was in the car riding with me. So I was able to ask them, you know, like about their experiences with paranormal stuff. Yeah, you still want to know, honestly. I can't help you there. Claim all of these. Okay, I got more ciphers. The medics. We're gonna do. Huh? What? died. I hate this. I don't even know how I died. Huh? Where's my... Oh my god, I died. What I need? Temperature control? Okay, we'll do that and then we'll do this. So I don't die again. If we fall in love, long before we fall in love. Oh, oops. Here's my frame. Insufficient material. Oh, I haven't went anywhere. Stick it, stick it, stick it. Okay, I need a facility. Okay, we'll do charcoal. Deposit that. Okay. We can do more of these. Okay. Oh, I also need memetics for... What is this? Polar Expedition. Ooh. I need the disassembly. Na, 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 na. Okay, disassembly bench. I got no scraps. I got nothing. I'm a broke ass person. Oh my god, because it's snowing. I can't do anything. I'm gonna get hypothermia and I'm gonna die and pass out again. Oh, Jesus. Help me. I need to go get a door. Oh, you know what? Why can't I do oh, I don't have logs. Jesus! Where's my other spooky story? Oh, I'll get to it after I chop this tree down. Ah! Ah! Hold on, I also have to make some food for me. Give me a second. Oh, Momo, did you fart? Ugh. So my mom, so my dad and them, they told me about their experiences when they were younger. So I'm not gonna add that much in. Boba, you sure it wasn't? You sure it wasn't you, Boba? Me? Me what? Me doing what? Me doing what? No, I asked my parents about their like scary experiences when they were younger. So I think my mom said when she was about oh, I asked Momo. Yeah, she farted. You're stinky. I need water. Hold on. Okay, I'll tell you guys another story before I head out and go get some sleep. But when my mom was probably like, I want to say 6. I don't think so. 6. I think she said when she was like 7 or 8. Mom. So when my mom was like 7 or 8, so back in the old days, they used to like go really far away to go to their garden, and like most of their like livelihood was around going to the farm, gardening, hunting and gathering. It is basically that's their, you know, routine. That's their livelihood. That's how they lived, survived, whatever. So my mom, she said she was about 7 or 8, and it was, she was telling me, she was like, the sun was just about to set on the horizon, and her cousin, older cousin, they were heading home from the garden, and they were kind of close to the village already. And you know, the grasses are really tall back, because you know, like back in the old days, like they lived just in the jungle, and you know, grasses and um it's just grass. They had really tall grass, and there'll be gardens there. There'll be lots of trees. And my mom said she saw a little girl, or we call them bonzo, and basically what they are is ghost kids in a sense, where they like are very small. They're like um they're very short. Um Probably like I want to say like 3 feet maybe. Hi Briano. How it goes? I'm telling scary story. How it goes though? I'm telling two scary stories before I head out. But yeah, so my mom was like about 8 years old, and she was heading home with her cousin, and her older cousin. Her cousin is like probably three, I want to say 4 or 5 years older than her. So she's like, she knows things a little more. My mom was still very young, and my mom was like, "Hey, whose daughter is over there? Like, who's which Hmong family's daughter is over there? Because she saw a little girl. Because she's like about 3 feet. Like these little ghosts, they're like 3 feet. They have very small face, very long hair. She was wearing Hmong clothes, and um, she was like in the tall grass, and my mom was like, "Hey, who's which Hmong families, their kid is out there." And her cousin, who knew a little bit more about like supernatural stuff, she got scared. So my mom's cousin started like running ahead of her and told my mom to be quiet and just hurry up. And so my mom chased after her because she went far ahead. And then when they were getting close to home, my mom was like, like, why'd you like run ahead? Why are you going so fast? And why were you running? And then her cousin was like, "Are you dumb? Like, that was a ghost. Like, did you not realize that was like a little ghost that you saw?" And my mom was like, she had no idea. She had no idea what it was, And then I was like, "Oh, so mom, you saw one of those little ghosts?" And she was like, "Yeah, like they they're very small, like they're really short, they look like any kid from the village." So like my mom was like, she was too young to understand, you know, what it was at the time, but you know, that was why her cousin ran ahead, and her cousin called her stupid, and her cousin was like, that was a ghost. And then for my dad said that when he was younger, he also saw like one of those little kid ghosts. And he said he went hunting when he was about like my mom's age too, like around my mom's age as well. um but like their way of hunting was with the slingshot, like they used the slingshot to like kill smaller things, and they would set traps to get smaller animals. So that's what my dad and them used to do. And my dad went with like 3 or 4 other uh, relatives, and they went to a place in the forest where there was like my dad said it was like a garden house, and it's just so the garden house is just like a small little hut, and for people to sleep, like when they're working really hard on the field, or like in doing gardening work, when it's like around noonish and when the sun is fully out, they go to that place to sleep temporarily, and then they go back to working on the fields um when it's like about sunset to nightfall. And so there was a small little hut, garden hut, and there was a little ghost that was sitting on top of the roof of that little hut. And my dad said that it was really short. It was a really short like little kid ghost, and its hair was like I don't know if it was a he or she. He didn't really explain it well. He just said that it had long hair. It looked like a very short face. Why we're on ad break. I can't even talk. Give me a second. We're on ad break. Do. Yeah, I'm gonna walk around a little bit. I'm gonna go do stuff in the game for a little bit. I'll wait until the ad break is done, and then I'll continue with whatever happened. Okay, so let's go here. .36 more seconds. Are we back from the ad breaks? Are you guys back from the ad breaks? Oh, wrong house. I'm just looking for a... Oh, there it is. Okay, so my dad said that, yeah, so the little like the little kid ghost, like it has like a very small face, and it has very long hair. Like it looks like a monkey, but it's not a monkey. Because my dad said it has a lot of fur, and my dad saw one because it was throwing dirt on my dad and his relatives, and because they went hunting, and they were trying to see. Oh my god, I can't do this in whatever. And I'm stuck in the ear. But my dad said that he saw that when he was younger, and he was trying to go hunting, and like I don't know. I asked my dad like what kind of noise it make and like how did it look like. So he was just describing to me that it looked like a little monkey, and but also like a human too. So like he couldn't really like I probably suck at explaining, but he was just telling me that it was yeah, like it was like a little kid ghost is what we call. That's how we translate it. How we would translate it if it was translated from Hmong into English. Like that's what it would be. But yeah. And then my dad also told me that when okay, I guess this is too high for me. Cause I ain't got no oh. Hold on. I'm killing things. Oh, you're making me stretch now. Okay. I can't play this game and also tell you guys scary stuff because I think I can't multitask like that. But he was telling me about like cryptids and stuff. But I think I'll leave that to another stream. Because I think cryptids are a little too much for this one stream. Like, we also have like cryptids that we... I'm out of ammunition. I can only start whacking people with this. Oh. Let me see. Can I like go back to base? Teleport. Disassemble all things. Okay, now I can make a door. And we can... I can talk a little bit about what my mom and them said. Oh, and then... Oh, I gotta start. Okay. I got the other part. Because it was really funny to me, but it was scary to my dad. Because my dad experienced... Because my dad experienced it. Oh, I'm trying to put a door here. Give me a second. Let me put a door here. Attachments. Okay. Okay. So I gotta tell you guys a little bit about like funeral stuff. And so there's these, so when a person dies, they get put on like kind of like on a stretcher, a bamboo stretcher, and there's like a whole thing that they have to do. But basically, it's like the carry thing for the dead person, and so we call that a horse. It's quote unquote a horse, but it's basically shaped like a stretcher, where you put the person the person on. And so after the burial, people would scatter that thing around the dead person's grave, um, just to mark it that, you know, a dead person, like someone died. Because back in the old days, they didn't have a place to bury people. Like they didn't have a graveyard to bury people. People would just get buried, you know, on the pathway to the garden, or, you know, by the side of the road that everybody like walks. So, you know, my dad was telling me like back in the old days. Now let's say the guys the guys and the girls, dating wise, they never really like claim each other in broad daylight to families and stuff. Like you wouldn't go out to a girl's house and be like, oh, that she's my girlfriend, you know, we're dating. Because it's they were really shy and they were really embarrassed about those kind of stuff. And so also, you never want to let anybody know that, you know, you have one specific boyfriend or girlfriend. So couples back then, they didn't really say that they were dating, but people would know that they were talking to each other, but they wouldn't be like, oh, they're dating or whatever. So back when my dad used to go talk to girls, and we were listening to like ghost stories on the way to New York on my trip anyways, and there was a story where the guy was saying how if a okay, Bob, I'm gonna head out now. I gotta go to work now. Have a good stream. Okay. Have a good work, Moon Rider. Um, but yeah, like, you know, back in the days, like, you know, like you wouldn't straight out, like you wouldn't straight out be like, oh, she's my girlfriend, whatever, because they were too shy, they were too embarrassed. And so they had to like talk to the girls at night, late at night, you know, through the walls. And they had to they had to go to the girl's house, and like all the houses were made out of like very thin bamboo or like dry bamboo. And it'll be like those yeah, so like it wasn't like a hard wall, so like it was like pretty thin walls. And so you would go wake up the girl and then talk to them until morning, or talk to them until the first, you know, crow of the chicken. Basically that's what they did. And so there was some girls that had parents who did not go to sleep at all, and they were always up, and they would try to listen to their daughter's conversation. And, you know, whichever guys that, you know, come and talk to their girl or their daughter, they would try to eavesdrop, and they will tell them, oh, like that, whatever, like you don't know how to talk, or like they would just listen into the conversation, and it would be very awkward. It's like you and your significant other is having a really deep conversation, but then the parents is there. It was, to put it in that kind of sense. And so so guys back in the old days, when they have a girlfriend whose parents are like that, they would go and take the bamboo that is scattered around the grave of a newly dead person or a dead person, and they would cut a part of the bamboo, and then they would be like, oh friend, I don't know who you are, but you know, go with me to, you know, go with me to go talk to this girl, you know. And basically, and it'll be like they would be taking a spirit with them to go talk to the girls. And this was a thing back in the old days. You know, back in the old days, they would take a spirit with them, and it would be the spirit of the person who died. Okay, basic. It's allegedly, and it does happen because what the spirit does is it kind of makes the whole entire house of that family, because what what the guys do is they put it like they stick it into um like in between the walls of the house. And basically what the spirit does is it puts the family into a trance or puts them asleep, so it makes them fall asleep. And so like very like they would fall asleep very deep. And um it's like it's a superstition. I don't know if you guys believe in superstition. It's a superstition, but people did it and it works, and I don't know how to explain it. But my dad was like, yeah, like people used to do that back in the old days. Like they would go and chop off the it's like the little crutches. It's not crutches, it's like, what did I call it? It's like a stretcher. You know how like hospital they have those stretchers thing, but back in the old days it was made out of bamboo for us to carry the dead. And so those bamboo gets carried with the dead. And so they would stick the bamboo into the walls, and then basically the the dead spirit would put the whole family to sleep, and then they were able to talk to the girl without the parents having to intervene in the conversation. So that's what they used to do. And so my dad was telling me one time they probably did that to my mom's house, because my dad was trying to talk to my mom at night, and he saw like this really white he said he saw like this like white figure, and it was hovering on the side of my mom in their house, where like, and so my dad was trying to talk to my mom, and he saw that, and then like my dad was like, oh, what is that? Like, like he was shy because he didn't know if it was my mom's brother that was out peeing outside or what it was outside. So he didn't think of anything of it. Like he didn't think that it was a spirit. And so my dad, like was a little, I don't think he was skeptical of it. I think he was just like, who is that? He was just embarrassed because he had a flashlight too. And so like he was like, who is that? Like who's talking to my mom, basically, because my mom and my dad is talking. And there's a saying, like if you talk to your girl first, if you take her home first, if you take her to be your wife first, then that's your loss. So basically my dad was like, who is talking to your mom? And my dad was like, oh, like, but that person was really like it was really white and it was kind of foggy-ish. And so my dad was like, he was kind of scared, and then like he flashed the light, like, and then he was too scared to like call out to that person too, because they were really shy and they were really embarrassed about, I don't know, they were just really embarrassed about like relationship and stuff. Like they were really shy about relationship and stuff. And my dad, he like flashed the light at the person, and he saw them moving further. As my dad walked forward, they moved a little bit further back. And then my dad was like trying to run up to them, and then they ran off into like the ditch. Like they ran off to the ditch where all the tall grasses were. And he was like, oh my god, he got scared, because who would run off to the ditch and not say anything and not do anything? And they didn't turn over to come and to look at my dad either. They just ran off. And then my dad was like, he thinks that somebody put one of those bamboo stuff at my mom's place. And he got scared. He He didn't go talk to my mom for a while. And my mom was like, oh, I didn't even know that happened. And she was like, I didn't even know that guys used to do that when, you know, they go and talk to girls. Like, I never knew that that's what they did. And so I asked my dad, like, do, like, you know, like, does people intentionally do it too? And he was like, yeah, you know, some people are really mean. And so they intentionally, like, just do that without putting the, because supposedly you're supposed to take that bamboo that you took from the dead person's grave, and you're supposed to bring it back and put it back where you found it, because if you don't, then the person, the dead person's spirit would be stuck wherever you put it. And, you know, like, they would have to get a shaman to send it back or whatever happened, because multiple cases or multiple stories where, you know, people got really sick because of guys doing that to, like, you know, the girl's family. And so I was like, why do you guys have the balls to go do that? Like, you're going to a dead person's grave, taking their things, saying that you're gonna take them to go and talk to a girl. Like, how are you guys not scared? And then my mom was like, it was because they were what did she say? Too confident in that. Like, they were too confident in themselves. That's why. I don't know if that's the right phrase for it, but yeah, they used to do, like, really weird, creepy things like that. I don't know. I think I could explain it better, but I'm just at the top of my head right now. So, yeah. But I guess that's all my spooky stories for today. And I hope you guys have a good night. I hope you guys don't dream about these kind of things. I'm not trying to scare you guys. But think about it. Don't think about it. If, you know, like, you're scared and stuff, don't think about it. But I don't know. Let me know if you guys have any thoughts, anything like that. You guys can message me. I don't know. If you guys want to see the staircase of that haunted Airbnb that I stayed in, I will be more than happy to show you guys how it looks like. But I feel like I yap too much on this stream. I don't know. I don't have anything else to say. I guess that's all my experience, that, you know, I was gone for a while, and that's what happened. That's what I've been up to. Yeah. I don't know. Campfire stories, I guess. Maybe I should tell more, because there's, like, more stories that my parents, they told me in more detail, but I just told you guys the gist of it. But I don't know. Let me know if you guys are actually interested in, like, listening to, like, these kind of stories. But I am going to end stream here. I'm gonna take you guys over to Gamers. He is doing birthday celebration, I think. Yeah. Oh, he's on Be Right Back right now. I'm trying to see when he will be back. Otherwise, I don't know where gamers is. Otherwise, I'm gonna let you guys go over to Masuni Corn. He's... What is he doing right now? Being Apex. Masoon is trying to rank up in Apex. So, I'll send you guys over there. I hope you guys have a good night. Don't, you know, good energy only. I hope you guys don't have bad dreams. I hope y'all stay safe. Get good night sleep. Get good night rest. Eat lots of food. Drink lots of water. Stretch. Don't break your back. I don't know what else to say. I'll see you guys in the next stream. I don't know if I'll have time to stream this week. I do have a funeral to go to. Yeah. I feel like I'm gonna get haunted with that too, but if there's a story, I will tell you guys. If there's none, then there's none. But you guys have a good nighties. I will see you guys the next time. Bye, y'all.